Welcome back to the Marketing, Magic, and the Messy Middle Wickedly Branded podcast. This is part 2 of the solo mini episodes that I do every single season. And today we are talking all about one of the biggest visibility challenges entrepreneurs face, being consistent without burning out all of the way. I have been there. I have burned out. Trust me, this is not a place you ever want to be. And if you were there, this is an episode you want to make sure you listen to. You already know that posting once in a while is not enough to create momentum on an algorithm or on any tool to make it actually work. But posting every day from a place of panic or of pressure is just simply not sustainable for the long haul. And honestly, your audience can feel if you feel pressure or panic. This is a spot in the brand magic method where Amplify starts to bump into automate, the last stage. Most entrepreneurs I work with are not consistent because they are flaky. They're not absent-minded. They are inconsistent because they are overloaded. They're living inside the tornado of overwhelm and trying to create content from a place of overwhelm. So they fall into this loop, create, burnout, disappear, feel super guilty, try again harder, and then repeat. Today, I want to give you 3 sustainable visibility principles that pull you out of that cycle and into what I call the winds of ease. Principle number 1 is to choose your anchor platform. You do not need to be on 6 platforms. You can repurpose some content on other platforms just so that you have some presence, but you need one anchor platform where you are visible regularly and one long form home, deeper content. For many of my clients, that looks like LinkedIn plus a podcast or an email list. For others, Instagram plus a newsletter. The point is your energy is finite. Amplify means focusing your signal so it actually carries further. When you know your anchor, your actual enchanted compass stops spinning. Everything feels more spacious because you're not waking up every day asking, where should I be today? Principle number 2 is create in rhythms, not in random bursts. The most consistent brands are not posting in real time from a place of, oh no, I need to put something up. Oh no, I need something to go up today. They're planning in cycles. We plan in cycles here at Wickedly Branded. Sometimes 30 days and 60 days advance. We do a big content group creation and then schedule it out. We call it batching. You want to batch your ideas when your brain is in creative mode. I always say if you're a morning person or if you're an afternoon person, you want to create some time on your calendar intentionally that you know you're in creative mode and you can do some of this work. Then you're going to schedule posts when they're in organizer mode and then engage in small daily touches when they are in relational mode. Okay, so batch ideas when your brain is in creative mode. Schedule posts when you are in organizer mode, and engage in small daily touches when you are in a relational mode. This is where automate comes in. Your future self should constantly be thanking your past self. Templates, content banks, simple systems keep you from falling back into that tornado of overwhelm. When you work with your natural energy instead of against it, consistency becomes a rhythm, not a very small tightrope that you're trying to walk, trying to hold your balance, and maybe even falling off of. Principle 3 is let your content be deeply human. You do not need perfectly polished posts to be effective. I know a lot of people are talking about this online right now, but you do need honest ones. And authenticity has been a word for forever, but it's even more so than that. If you had a messy middle moment, I want you to talk about it. If you walked a client across the bridge of possibilities, I want you to share that story. And if you changed your mind about something in your industry, let your audience in. Your best clients are not buying this super perfect, flawless brand. They are buying a brand and a person, your truth, your wisdom that helps them become a fuller version of themselves. So consistency becomes a lot easier when you stop performing because this is what the algorithm said you should do or some course said you should do or maybe your competition is doing. It's about you starting to be present in your actual work. What was the question that your client just asked you that you were able to quickly answer? What was the biggest challenge you had this week in your work and why? Actually living your life and sharing about it. I oftentimes talk about my 10-year-old son, Zeke, because through his eyes, I can see how we've shifted as humans as we've aged and some of the insecurities we've gotten. And so he's a great example to me to live life more fully in the moment. You really want to pay attention to the world around you. There's lots of opportunities to inspire you, but you have to be present and aware of what's happening to use that as your content. So now I want you to name something that drains you, that is not something that you procrastinate against, you don't want to do. So many consultants, coaches, and creatives that we work with, they have this feeling of exhaustion, like you need to be on all the time. You do not need to be entertaining the world. but you do want to connect with the people who matter for your business. Your visibility shouldn't be some kind of over choreographed stage show. It's a series of conversations that build trust over time. So before we wrap up, here's a simple amplify plus a little automate rhythm you can try. One anchor platform you show up weekly, one piece of long form content once a month. Take that long form content, blog post, newsletter, whatever you create, and then create from that one nurture email every 2 weeks. And then from that content, create 5 social media posts, 5 intentional minutes a day engaging with your audience before you post, and then maybe even after your post. That's it. You can absolutely layer more on top as your capacity grows, but this alone, done consistently, will move you up the mountain of momentum. Small actions done with a lot of intention create some big shifts over time. In part 3, at the end of season 7, I'm going to walk you through something I call the Sparkle signals. These are the subtle signals your content should be sending to help your audience say, I'm ready to work with you. Stay tuned and continue to dare to be wickedly branded. Wow, what an incredible conversation we just had. I hope that this episode lit a little bit of a fire under you to finally bring your brand to life in a way that feels true to you. Remember, clarity is the spark, but activation is that fire and flame that keeps your message and your visuals and your strategy aligned, and the confidence that follows. So does that lovely thing called momentum that you've been waiting for. So if today's episode, if you loved it, make sure you are subscribed to the Wickedly Branded Marketing Podcast so you never miss an insight or a conversation. Until next time, dare to be wickedly branded.